Kurt is on 97.1 A Ticket. What's up, Kurt?
Hey guys, I love your show. First time caller. My question is when does Dan Campbell become a liability? And what I mean, this is for me. I don't think that this scenario could even happen. I think that the owners already came out and said Dan's our guy no matter what. But if something happens and this season turns out to be worse than last season and we get less than 9 wins, do we make a move to
Probably
say
not.
We want Ben Johnson? Because Ben Johnson's out of here next year. So
Probably
I'm
not.
saying,
It's hard to
who's
me.
better?
It'd have to be an absolute, utter leadership collapse. And I don't think there's a scenario where Ben Johnson, you're suggesting if this season goes south, just replace Dan Campbell with Ben Johnson. I think that scenario is slightly north of 0.0.
Well, for me, there's 2 guys. There's the good old boy, Dan Campbell, and then there's the coach who's standing there bumbling with the clipboard going, what do I do? It's 4th down. What do I do? And I like the guy who can get my locker room going, but when it comes down to make the decision, he ain't making this. The announcers, the guys on the TV are constantly going, what are you doing, Dan? What are you doing? They're telling them.
What was the record in the last 10 games of the season last year?
I know, but a lot of those games were very close.
And oh my God. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for pointing out that a lot of those games are very close. So do you think maybe those close games come down to some decisions that the head coach is going to make, and that he made decisions that put them in a winning position in those close games? Maybe. Look, if you don't like the guy who's
for beating the Chiefs in Kansas City, and people are talking about end of era scenarios.
I mean, if you don't like the gambling that he does during the game, I understand.
I can too.
It's there, right? And my response to it basically is accept it, because that's who he is, and that's what they've done to be successful to this point. I have a huge problem with how they handled the end of the game. Hearing him discuss it this morning, I didn't feel comfortable with his explanation of it. But my God, people.
I think what you're hearing is a very strong reaction to what seems really out of character for Dan Campbell at the end of the game on Seattle. Well, and some would say overreaction to that. I think that's what that final drive has done to a lot of people. Has started questioning things they weren't questioning before. Yeah, of course it's crazy to say, should we promote Ben Johnson at some point if the season goes? Yeah, we're not down that road yet. But I think, guys, that's how confusing I think that last drive was for a lot of people. And so out of character for Dan Campbell.
I guess just...
And then his explanation this morning didn't help at all. Not in love with that answer. I'm not in love with that answer.
I'm not either, but are you already looking for replacements?
No, but I got to tell you, we've got a couple ticket texts saying, did they promote Ben Johnson at some point if things go bad?
How bad would they have to go?
They'd have to go really, really bad. Like, catastrophically bad, right? Like, where they don't even look competitive in the next few weeks, I would say. Something like that.